If you've been trying to figure out this remote business or virtual business type of thing and trying to hire people offshore, but it just doesn't work, this video is exactly for you. Or perhaps you want to start a business and not necessarily in the office, and you want to get the most talented people in the world. There is one thing that we do every single month to always stay aligned, have clear communication, have clarity, and huge visibility across the organization, and this will allow us to keep growing month after month. I am the founder of two companies. One is Hustle Media that I founded to help real estate investors to make more money through digital marketing and lead generation. And the other one, I'm a co-founder of Remote Latinos, along with my business partner, Omer Blanc, and we help different businesses grow through hiring people offshore. And more specifically, we help connect with Latin American talent. So we've actually hired over 1,000 people across the last 2 years of doing business and growing multiple 7 figures doing so. And I'm gonna tell you in this video how this thing called the town hall meeting that is done every single month will change your business. And if you're not doing it right now, start doing it, apply it, and stay until the end because we give away everything. The SOP, the playbook, exactly the explanation of each one of the steps. And we've also made videos about the things that you gotta do not only in a monthly basis, but in a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis. But this specific one will make your entire team get excited about the next new month, and the month after, and the month after. And the goal is for the entire team to go fresh, motivated, and then ultimately get some traction for the next month. So the first thing is what the company needs to continue doing based on the lessons learned from the previous month. So there's a few things that continuously work over and over, and we need to bring them up. And this is not gonna be only a personal thing that each one of your leaders or each one of your employees will have to come up with and share with the entire team, but this is gonna be across the company. So they may have noticed that some things are working well, so it's the time to actually share it.
Welcome to the monthly town hall. As you guys know, we do this every single month.
This meeting is very important because this is a time where everyone gets together and everyone kind of gets a little bit of an update. We've already given an agenda, so Omer gave an agenda just to frame the entire conversation and how it's going to be, so they have an idea of kind of what's happening. But obviously, it happens every month, so they already have an idea. But since it only happens every 30 days, it's important to kind of recap and just set the frame for how everything's gonna go. This part is actually very important because what we do is we wanna ask everyone, what should we continue doing in the company? So Amir, why is this like a crucial part?
Because these are things that we started either the previous month or couple months, and this is something that the whole team needs to know, hey, we need to continue doing this because it's either helping us hit our goal, helping us continue to move forward, and it's obviously this was a good idea that the entire team agreed upon why it needs to continue happening.
And if you haven't done it ever in your company, I suggest that you take a time, maybe a meetup with your entire team, go to a place and just do that exercise. Make sure that the continuous, the things that have worked, and you do more of that, right? So it worked, all right, do it again. And now we're gonna discuss what we need to start doing, and your entire team needs to know exactly what the company needs based on your goals. Now, mind you that you need to actually have this conversation every single quarter with your team and your leadership team about the rocks, the goals that you are going to meet that specific quarter, and the goals that you want for the entire year. If the team have noticed that we need to start doing something, they're gonna bring it up in this month. You're gonna prepare everyone so that they bring in the best ideas, but also the best analysis of the entire month. So you discuss this, you go one by one, you go by departments, and you ask them what is it that specifically we need to start doing as a company, based on the reflection of that last month. So now we're in the second part of it, which is what needs to get started. So Amir, tell us a little bit more about this one.
So what needs to get started is what did we need? I mean, it's literally pretty clear right there. To get started in the month of January that did not get started in December. There's two parts to this. Either we already planned to start this in December, but didn't get started for whatever reason, maybe lack of time, maybe lack of resources, or something that we saw that, oh my gosh, in December, we did not do this, and now we need to get this started because it's slowing us down, or things are not happening the way they're supposed to happen. So what gets started is next. All right, let's cover the first point. Who's got the first point for what needs to be started?
So that's, for me, We got a new suggestion from.
Now we got to discuss what needs to stop happening based on the reflection of the last month. There's a few things that are not working in your company, and your team that is doing the day-to-day is the best ones to tell you what is not working and what we should stop actually doing as a whole, as a company, right? Maybe by departments, or maybe it's an individual thing that will help the other people in your company. And this entire conversation will just help others brainstorm and understand that other people are doing something better, or they know something better, or they believe in something better. And it's just a sense of collaboration. So it's important that you discuss this during this monthly meeting. And now the third step is actually what you should stop doing and the retrospect that you had from the month. So why is this important, Amir? Tell us more.
This is important because this is what we need to cut out from the previous month or previous months and completely let this go, because it's stopping our momentum, it's stopping growth, it's not helping with relationships within the team. And the most important thing is to be aware of what needs to stop. And sometimes stopping it altogether is a little bit hard. So there needs to be a process of how to stop this. So for instance, if you have a system that the whole company is dependent on, but the system is slowing things down, it will take time to replace the system, whether you have to go to a different platform, whether you have to investigate how to automate certain things. So it takes time. But now everybody's aware, hey, we need to stop this month. Now there are other things that can stop immediately. It's up to you to decide what is most important immediately and when it overall needs to stop.
We should stop providing unacceptable, unreasonable feedback from a member on the monthly feedback.
The next steps is full transparency on your numbers. You know that whatever doesn't get tracked does not get improved because you have no visibility. If you don't have a vision of what's happening right now, it's hard to actually just visualize it. It's hard to actually see it for itself what the problem is. It's important that they know the revenue, they know the profit of the company. It's best to be fully, radically transparent about what's going on in your company, because when you don't, then people will just feel like everything's going well, or they don't know anything about the company, so they are not bought into really what needs to happen. But if you share the revenue, right, that's a good win. If you share the profit, they could also be a good win, but it could also help them that we need to do something better to make the profits better. The first section that we did was start, stop, and continue. You watch that video, and in this section, well, we're presenting you that transparency is key in your company meetings at the end of the month. In the town hall meetings, we show everyone what the numbers actually look like, and we are fully transparent, we're radically transparent, because it's important for people to know where we stand as a company. Imagine if you go to a big company and they don't know, like they're supposed to be in the stock market and they don't show exactly their numbers. They're not clear, right? They're not transparent. Well, in the small company, it's harder to get to the stock market, right? So you have to be clear and transparent about your revenue and your profits, so that we know exactly what is happening. And this includes like what happened that month with sales, what happened that month with app sales, what happened with that month with retention, with recurring clients, all the fires, all the things that are happening, like the new add-ons, the pricing model, whatever it is that you want to cover about transparency and about your P&L.
Guys, we should be a multi-six-figure company, but all good. We're at 100, we're almost there. Revenue for Q4 was 245, which is not bad. So that means that we're, getting to where we need to get to. Obviously, now we need to get a setter and a closer to pump up these numbers even more.
The next part is recognition. Recognition is where we actually ask every single people in the company, and we want people to get recognized. And people usually find it hard to actually talk about themselves, but it's easier whenever they talk about others. So recognition is a big part of the culture, right? And praising and reward. This is something that I also learned from Leila Hermosi in one of her videos, and she actually said it in a mastermind that I was part of. And it's a good opportunity to pass the ball to your team members, and they start recognizing others about their wins. And it's also easier for them to now talk about the wins that they had personally. One of our core values is actually to be proud and be loud. We actually encourage people to do this good exercise. It's very healthy. And it encourages people to keep pushing harder, and also create a really great sports team environment where people feel motivated about keep going. So this is wins, praise, and recognition. We're also gonna take a look at by departments, how they're doing, numbers wise, performance wise, and people are going to be able to see it visually if you're tracking, for example, retention or number of closes, number of clients upsold, cross-sold, number of reviews. How each one of the departments is doing is very important for you to share it during this meeting. And by the end of this meeting, you should be able to talk about the diagnosis and improvements that the company should have. So write everything down. Make sure that you also send a summary to the entire organization about this town hall meeting, so they have it in writing as an email or as a summary chat in Slack, and you just have it there in front of them.
All right, so this is when we acknowledge the teams of the month, the team members of the month, from sales to recruiters to sourcers, and overall which team performed the most, because we have split our entire company into 3 teams, and each team has X amount of clients that they have to help. Whoever fulfills the most becomes the team of the month. And then lastly, we pick the core value winner of the month. This is something that each team member picks, and then the person that gets the most amount of points becomes core value winner and gets a free high five. Just kidding, he gets a dinner.
You can always choose the price or choose whatever it is that you want, and so on. So many people get motivated in different ways, so you can figure it out. And you, so for example here, we have created a few special cards for each people in ranking. So here we go over closers. We'll also go over.
So shout out to Johan, top closer of the month. We added 17 new clients last month, which is amazing. We had 15 returning clients, incredible. We upsold 6 people last month, which is 6. Some of them got upsold for the unlimited package for the year, and then upsold other people for the placements. Each team, I mean, every single person, I'm looking at these numbers, amount of hirings, 11, 15, 15. I can easily see this becoming getting to the 2025 number, right? That's us literally adding an extra $30,000 to $50,000 in revenue, just doing that. Hiring consultant of the month, Sebastian, top most hirings, most testimonials, and most upsells. In the NFL world, we call that Triple Crown winner. Top sourcer, Mr. Henry Gomez, with 16 hires, 6 testimonials, and best platform was LinkedIn, and hired the most people from, I don't know what country. Is this Mexico?
Mexico
Mexico and Colombia.
Top recruiter of the month, Manuela Moreno.
Whoa.
With her first one. First time she gets our top marketplace team member was Andres Sierra. Indexed 5 jobs into Google. Total website impressions, 7.71K. Previously was 6.85, which was where we basically increased it by like 10 to 20%, which is pretty nice. Now we're doing team of the month, which is our best team and highest performing team. We have 3 teams at the moment, and every month we pick the team that performed the most, had the best numbers in according to the data that we're tracking, and overall, like, who performed the best out of the 3 teams. And this time was team 2. They hit their goal. They had almost half of their hirings came fast, which means that within 10 days we were able to find someone. That's how we count a fast hiring. And last but not least, my favorite stat is that on average, we're presenting less than 5 candidates to find the person they're looking for. That means that we normally present 3, and then we present maybe 1 or 2 more, and then you'll find the exact match you're looking for your company. So huge shout out again, Sebastian, Pamela, Leila, and Hannah.
So whatever that you do for your company, you decide to actually give shout outs to your department, make sure that you do individual recognition, and you also do team recognition as a group recognition, especially when there is departments and so on.
Yes, departments. For your company, you probably should do departments.
And most importantly, since you need to track things, we talk about tracking in many different times, you need to be able to show the charts, the stats. You need to show these percentages. This way, people actually know first that you're tracking, that they're being watched. Because here's what happens. People do what you inspect, not what you expect. So once everything is being tracked on a day-to-day basis, it gives you a better room for improvement, right? Because what gets tracked gets improved. So people will be able to see this in a monthly basis, and they'll be able to not only get triggered in that competition part of their brain, but like, okay, I need to get more done. This is what my other colleagues are doing. I need to be at that bar. So it raises the bar, and then ultimately also calls out and shows the people that are not really performing. So this could do many different things. They could push them further, or it would just mean that, hey, it's time for us to go. But what normally does, it actually pushes them further, especially if the entire team is aligned.
All right, last but not least, we have our core value winner. So before I present this, we have 9 core values that we live and die by, which is proactive, not reactive, integrity, Kaizen, extreme ownership, relentless communication, pursue excellence, unity and affinity, optimism over pessimism, open hearts, open minds. We have 9. I know it's a lot, but we also have a big team. So we wanted to come up with these together. Our core values, abbreviation is Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Which is like Pikachu. And this month, I want to give a huge shout out. This was a close race, probably one of the closest races we've had. So big shout out to Mohammed for winning Core Value Winner of the Month. Absolutely incredible. So grateful to have Mohamed Salah on our team, one of the greatest soccer players to ever exist in the world. So Mohammed. So now we're going to do acknowledgements. And what we like to do is we like to do 10 acknowledgements from a team to a department, a team to a team member, give shout outs, but not just like, I give a shout out to Jeff. Nope, we want to actually give them a shout out, but explain why we're giving them a shout out, whether it's to a team member or to a department.
And a bonus, we also tell them to pass the ball to other people because it's hard for people to talk about themselves, right? So yes. We make other people talk about others, which is easier for them. And then we pass the ball to other one, but like, so who's next? Who's gonna give the acknowledgement? So this way we just start the meeting with momentum, and it just, it keeps like a snowball effect of just recognition, acknowledgement, praise, and so on. I hope that you like this video because we put a lot of effort in teaching other businesses how to run a remote business successfully. So if you got some value from this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, because we're gonna be putting more of this type of content consistently, and let us know exactly what type of content you would like to see moving forward.